Welcome, everybody, to the laboratory. I am your host, the Mav Hatter, and today is another session of No Mage's Land, a modular, unlimited story. Today, we're going to be delving in a little bit more into investigation, I think. So, that being said, we've got our team. They have just entered the sewers. Everybody remembers this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. We open in on the team climbing into the sewers. The stone floor is slick when Tempest Plague touches down from the ladder. The stench, while unpleasant, is not as terrible as one might expect. The only light is shining through the pinholes in the manhole cover above, and glowing from the tracking stone in Pad's hand, which is pulling him straight downward. Now, a systematic sweep of the city's sewer system is realistically out of the question for a team of four. Instead, you might search for clues in your immediate vicinity. Now, let me switch the page for us real quick. And dun dun dun. Is everybody?
Oh, that's cool.
Everybody see the sewer?
Yep.
And I just realized I have no investigation skills.
That's why I said you guys should spend some experience on adaptive skills, so you're always ready.
I have pattern recognition.
I have skim reading.
Skim reading's probably not going to help. Well, it might for like two of these.
That
I'm aura reading. And convince.
Convince is good. Convince is really good. All right, so you guys drop down. All four of you are standing effectively in a sewer entrance. You have little more information until you start to look around. You're standing in the entrance of the sewer, ready to investigate the area. The air is unfortunately humid and stagnant. The only sound you have right now is the rushing of wastewater.
Can someone refresh my memory as to what we're looking for down here?
Clue subtext, basically a way to go to find out where Alice LaChance is. We know she's down, but we don't know how to get to her just yet.
Okay, well, is there something anybody can roll to try to make that determination?
Yes, there is.
I have fortune telling.
Any kind of investigation skill.
All right, so
I
I'm
guess-
going to examine the walkways with great interest.
I don't think I can examine inanimate objects with aura reading.
Not particularly, but if you want to, hey, 15 is what you needed anyway. So, Pad is rolling his perusal, and here's the thing: even if you don't have a skill that explicitly says this is my investigation skill, we can still A, work with the skills you have. B, we can also use just your core stats. That's perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
You can say, I'm looking around. That's going to be my acuity. All right, so Pad, you rolled your 15. That was enough. What you are noticing is there's fungal nodes and networks that line the walls of the flow channels. This isn't something that's going to help you immediately. This is just informational. As you're perusing the sewer, you notice that there is a lot of these mushroom and fungal nodes. Who would like to look next?
What do I notice about them? Is there like a specific direction they face? Do they glow? Do they create a line?
There is no glow. They're pretty dense as to actually direct the flow of the wastewater. They go in all directions, no one specific direction.
Okay.
All right. I don't think I can do skim reading here.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Hey,
Screw it.
I heard
can-
an aura reading before. Did somebody want to roll aura reading real quick? Because I think I can work with that.
Did I? Alright.
You mentioned aura reading, but you haven't rolled it.
16.
All right.
I didn't think I could.
Yeah, this
You can
one
work with
time.
it, yeah.
This one time we can work with it, and probably future times. All right. So, with your aura, it draws you. The aura you sense, it is through arcane sigils inscribed on the walls, which can be investigated further.
I have pattern recognition. That would probably be good for that.
Yeah.
I'll let other people take their turn for this.
Yeah. So, Xavier, you were about to do something. I cut you off a little bit. What do you have for me?
Just scanning around the area using acuity.
Sure. Perfect. All right. So, the streaks in the grime below, they only flow in one direction, and that is north. Which, let me pull that up. It's going to be this focal tributary. Would anybody like to check out these glyphs, or would you like to move on to focal tributary, or keep looking in the sewer entrance? Benny's the only one that has.
Rolled?
What's that?
Cap roll. Unless you don't want to.
Yeah, Cap. Did you want to do any investigations?
So I have an ability I don't think I've ever used, and I'm not even sure what it does, called alchemical residue. But it seems like that might be useful figuring out if there's anything off about the mushrooms or if there's anything unexpected in the water.
Okay. 10?
With that roll, I have no idea.
Yeah, 10's not enough. I will tell you that the way the investigation system works, 10 is progress. You did make progress towards information, but you got nothing.
Okay. So I'm going to share with the group what I've deduced from my investigation, which is that all mushrooms are edible. It's just a question of whether they're edible more than once.
Fantastic.
Okay. Pattern recognition on the arcane glyphs. 17.
Fantastic. All right. So interwoven glyphs, they can be seen throughout the sewer walls. They're written in a script semi-familiar to anybody here who is familiar with arcane sigils. One purpose of these glyphs is to ward against foul odors and sanitize the air, which is why you're getting less like an odorific to it. It's much more pleasant than you would expect a sewer to smell. Not that it is pleasant, but just not as unpleasant as it should be.
That's Pat's kind of in awe at the engineering that's happening here.
Is he standing there just being in awe? No real investigation here?
Oh, we're gonna kind of, examine it, see if there's anything more about the focal.
Yeah,
But the arcane glyphs are definitely of an interest, just not the interest.
All right, so Pat is walking away. And he's walking towards the focal.
My dice rolls precede me.
The pathway leads to the focal tributary that feeds in 3 different directions. 2 other secondary channels are blocked by fungal walls that prevent flow and movement for a total of 6 openings to this tributary. Nothing immediately stands out about any of the paths. And at this point, Pat has moved on from the group.
I'd like to follow after, and I'd like to see if I can determine anything that's not obvious with my pattern recognition ability.
Sure. All right. And that is actually going to add to his 11 for a total of 28. Which you only need 15. The 13 carries over. Vocal Tributary with your pattern recognition. You you see fresh footprints that seem, the pattern that you recognize is the fresh footprints that seem small enough for children at the third pathway. If you go 1, 2, 3, the third one is a bunch of footprints that seem small enough for children, but otherwise gives no hint of importance. And that's going to lead us channel less traveled. So we have Xavier, you're still in the sewer entrance, and Pandora.
Would it be okay?
She was looking at the wall.
Yeah, Pandora's still looking at the walls. What would you like to do, Xavier?
I was about to ask if I can do skim reading on the glyphs.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give that a roll.
I would gladly do so.
Perfect. Now, with your skim reading, you notice a secondary purpose to these wards is that they can be supercharged to provide light. Supercharged using the power of trinkets.
Ah. It looks like it can be powered through trinkets to create light.
Might be a good idea or a bad idea.
Could be good,
Right
could
now
be bad.
for us. On one hand, we can, if we turn it on, we can see more. But on the other hand, they could see us if we don't want to be seen yet.
It could also just be an outright trap.
These are possibilities. I'm curious who you guys think is trapping you.
Anyone could trap us.
Anyone. I'm with it.
Yep.
The
Do we
only
have
other option I have for it is pattern recognition, unless we want to try aura reading or chaos magic. So I do pattern recognition on the glyphs again.
Sure.
What were you gonna say? Oh, 21. Nice.
What was said before I give the results?
I thought sounded like Pat was starting to say something.
Pat, you were saying something?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering if we actually had a trinket to power it.
Yeah, you have all kinds of
Probably.
trinkets. Pandora, it was pattern recognition, right?
Yeah.
Pandora's pattern recognition sort of comes to the conclusion that there's nothing more that these glyphs are for. They sort of serve just this tool purpose and nothing else. It's for light and smell. And in return, she gets a hunch. You guys remember what hunches do?
Oh, yeah.
Am I still motivated from earlier, by the way? I don't think I ever used that motivation.
Yeah, you can keep the motivation.
I have no recollection of what hunches do.
I had a feeling I was gonna list it out. So hunch means you spend it, you get an extra D10 on an investigation roll, and you get the hunch. It also you get more experience points at the end of the session because you got a hunch. So those are really the two things that it's good for. If you have certain talents, you can also spend hunches for other things, or make your hunches more powerful. But really, it's just an extra D10. All right. Now I believe that was everybody this round. What would we like to do next?
Can I storm surge the glyphs into lighting up?
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Well, let's see what the rule says.
I could have just given it a like a bead or something.
Yeah, so Pad's going all out, supercharging this thing with his lightning magic, and it is because it's a network of glyphs. It's not just a singular glyph. It's actually lighting up really all the tributaries and all of the channels, making it fairly easy to see what you're looking at.
There's a slide grin there because, produce enough power to light the whole sewer system. Feeling pretty good.
Hell yeah. All right. What's next?
Let's see.
Since the whole sewer system is now brilliantly lit up, Cap's going to be like, oh, hey, that guy had corn.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yep.
What do we got? What are we looking at here? We've got the focal tributary. We have 2 unknown paths. We also have the sewer entrance, and we've only taken that one direction. There's another direction, but we do know that this way is probably the right way. We have a channel with children's footprints, and then 2 unexplored channels so far on the focal tributary. Just to give you a synopsis of what we're looking at right now. What do we want to look at next?
Channel less traveled.
Channel less traveled. All right, so Xavier's heading off. Right past everybody else because he started in the sewer entrance and just walks past because he was told that there were tracks from children, and it is taking considerable time to walk this surprisingly straight and narrow pathway. The children's footprints bounce back and forth between the halves of the channel. Before long, a branchway separates into reservoirs. And then, Xavier, you got a roll of a 10. It's not enough for any new information, but as you're looking out, you're kind of clocking what is not important. Right? You're seeing, okay, we've got the footprints, maybe some more footprints here and there, maybe a rat walks by you, but nothing stands out. Who is looking where next? As Xavier is walking on the channel less traveled.
Is anyone left in the sewer entrance except me?
I think you're by yourself.
Well, might as well close out this area. Try to anyway.
Sure.
Once again, pattern recognition's all I have, and 9.
9. Yeah, that's not enough. Like you're looking around the sewer entrance. Now it's lit up. Nothing is standing out immediately. But you've looked at a lot of places. You know where not to look.
Can I use pattern recognition again to see if I can determine these children's footprints? Were they running? Were they moving at a casual pace? Try to get some sort of sense of what was going on there.
Sure. I'll have this be separate, a separate roll. Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So you see the strides aren't consistent, and nor are they one individual. You estimate from looking at these footprints about 3 individuals. Sometimes they're running, sometimes they're walking, sometimes they're jumping. It doesn't look like these children were in a hurry. Except when
kids were kind of playing around.
Yeah.
I'll share that with the group, and I'll ask kind of anybody in the group who would know. Like, does anybody have any idea what kids would be doing playing around down here?
Just being punk kids, I guess. Not sure.
You never explored around when you were young?
Fair enough. I never went down to the sewer system. Or sewer systems, should say.
All right. Who wants
You
to
know,
look?
whatever you did, whatever you did in the sewers when you were a kid is entirely your business, there, friend.
Yeah, my brother Jason and I used to run all over the little village we were in. I gotta tell you, the sewers there weren't anything as extravagant as what we have here.
All right. Let's see. Benny did something. Noel did something. Xavier did something. Pat did something. Yep. So that's everybody. Who wants to do something next? Should we let Noel finish off the sewer entrance?
Yeah.
In recognition once more.
Which, if you do the same check on the same investigation, it's at a -5, but that doesn't really matter here because even with the -5, it's plenty. You get a second hunch. You've discovered that there really isn't much more at the entrance worth investigating.
At which point I am following the others.
Following the others. As of right now, I believe Pat is still in the focal tributary. Noel would be probably walking into the focal tributary. Benny and Xavier are heading towards the channel less traveled. There is plenty more to see here.
All right. At the focal tributary, I think what I'll do is kind of like hold the crystal and see if there's a stronger pull around the area.
At this point, it's kind of pulling you slightly back towards the entrance, maybe. Like, it's maybe not straight down, but it's asking you to kind of backtrack. So at the exact moment, the tracking stone isn't helping too much.
All right. I guess I will examine to the best of my ability.
You got it. All right. I'm gonna do this a little bit out of order, just to give you more options to work with.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect a roll like that.
That's good. One direction shows a faint light in the distance with sounds of people carried from this canal. There are also recent footprints that can be seen walking to and from this direction. Let me get that pulled up. Just a moment.
Let's say adult footsteps.
Adult footsteps. All right. Benny and Xavier, either of you guys want to head down the channel less traveled some more? Investigate there?
I would like to. Probably can't do skim reading.
Probably not.
I don't know what I would need it for. So I'm just gonna use Acuity to
Sure.
scan out the area.
You can also you can
Well,
basically use all of your stats. Like humility is one that has investigation skills. Courage, you can do some investigation. You don't have to just keep doing acuity if you don't want to.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Actually, going to do an acuity roll of my own to augment what Xavier's doing.
Sure. So we've got a combined total between all three of these rolls 10, 24. And that is supreme, by the way. Benny, you're motivated now, which is basically it's an extra D10 that you can spend.
All right.
36, 46. So we get 3 details from this channel less traveled. You guys are really efficiently gathering information. What you find is there is more blood in the water than there should be. You can hear faint voices shout, "Help! Someone help!" And you also get a hunch.
We should
Who gets a hunch?
let
Benny?
everyone else know.
I guess Benny, I think you were the last one to roll, so you'd be the one getting the hunch.
Okay. And I'm sorry, remind me how we use a hunch again?
It's an extra D10 on investigation rolls.
Okay, that specifically.
Mhm.
Something?
Can I use it on some kind of roll to determine what's going on ahead of us? Maybe a subtlety, because I'm trying to like kind of sneak up and get more information before we do anything dumb.
Sure. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so that was pretty good, and then we're adding a D10 to that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Dang.
That is fantastic. There we go. Yeah, you make it quick and quiet as you're traveling through the sewers. The slickness almost is giving you a more efficient run. And you follow the sound of shouting, which leads you to a single young kid stuck under a grate. They aren't strong enough to lift it. Water is rushing behind them and underneath them. They are almost submerged in the water.
Hey, everybody, get in here. There's a kid stuck in here.
On my way.
Going back to what they discovered earlier. That sounds very familiar wording.
It is very familiar wording. In fact, we are seeing one of our predictions come to fruition here, which is experience points, by the way. And also, Pandora has a talent for that. Unfortunately, you can only be motivated once. You can only be so motivated.
But what if I want to be quadruple motivated?
Quadruple motivated. You know, we could probably write a talent that lets you get extra motivation. It's not a bad idea. I kind of like it. But yeah, so everybody is heading towards the sound of Benny screaming about the child.
First you're motivated, then you're exalted.
Exalted.
Am I close enough to everyone else to hear what's going on without them while they're still being stealthy?
I imagine. Well, I think Benny kind of broke stealth there, broke away from his subtle plans, and he's shouting. So you've got the acoustics of a sewer, really bounces that sound. It can make it to bad, no problem.
Alright. Is this something that we can pull off this kid?
Yeah, just to get us in the moments. Benny, Xavier, you guys are already really in the moment. Pandora's charging towards you. Pad is right behind her. What are we trying to do to save this kid?
Well, okay. What is the visual that Pad's running into? Like, is this something like a
think-
beam fell and like could we collectively lift it? Does this thing need to be blasted? Does there like a particular segment that's locked in on the steel that needs to be picked out? Like,
I think Nav is saying that you're not there yet, so it's going to be up to Xavier for the next move since I've been going.
Let's see. Do.
Yeah, and it's a great, just to give you a visual of the moment. You can kind of think of it as you guys are in part of a sewer. This grate is separating a lower pathway. The kid's hanging on to the grate itself, but water's flowing and trying to pull him elsewhere.
Mm.
The kid's not strong enough to lift the grate himself because he's a kid. It is solid iron.
Wait. Ooh, maybe. would I be able to freeze the water?
With the kid in it?
Fair point. Okay. Shoot. And he's holding on to the thing.
Yes.
There's really not much I can do.
You want to try to lift it off him together?
Yeah, we can see. That would be. I would imagine it being a strength check, right?
Strength is good. Strength makes sense. Pretty solid roll, and it sounded like you said, Benny, you're helping, so that's going to be an extra D10.
Yeah.
Benny, go ahead and roll that D10, by the way.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure who was supposed to roll it.
You're good. I wasn't very clear there. All right. Brings it up to 22. So between the two of you, you're lifting this iron grates. Probably weighs more than one of you. But with all four arms combined, lifting with your legs and not your back, you manage to pull the grate away from the child, who is hanging on still, which lets him climb up into the rest of the sewer. He's out of breath, obviously. He's coughing up water. Luckily, this side of it is a little bit cleaner than the wastewater side.
Am I correct that Noel and Pad would have caught up by now?
Yeah. We can bring Pandora and Pad into the scene.
I'm doing aura reading on the child.
On just this child?
The word "just" in there makes me think there's other things I could be doing it on, including the child.
I mean, you tell me where you're directing your aura reading, and it can be on this child. That totally works.
I wasn't sure. I was assuming it was just the child there, but yes, aura reading on child.
An aura of fear, of exhaustion. The fear is not going away. I think is the important thing to take away from this aura reading, is that even though he is safe, the fear has not subsided.
Are you all right, child? What is there to be afraid of?
My friends, help! And he's still coughing up water. He's having a hard time getting words out. But the words that do come out is friends.
Do you know where
Do you
your
know
friends
where
are?
He's pointing inside the water rushing.
Could there be a place deeper? Or are they drowning?
How fast is the water running?
It's pretty fast, I would say. You guys are bigger than this kid. You'll have an easier time holding your own against the rushing water.
Is the implication that the kids are like under the rushing water somewhere?
I
Or?
got the call.
Yeah, he's pointing directly at the rushing water. They are in that area.
Well, hopefully the wings aren't a detriment. I'm jumping in.
She's jumping in. All right. How are you? Vitality could work. We'll roll vitality or strength, whichever one you want. Or courage. Hell, it's very brave of you to jump in. Could be courage.
The vitality's the highest of those three.
Vitality works.
14. I also have breath control, if that's relevant.
Yes, it is. What's your breath control skill at?
I rolled breath control, which is 13. It's a rank 1 skill.
Okay. Yeah, so you are swimming under. You can't see much, right? It's still very dark, even with the additional arcane glyphs. The water is murky, but you feel your body brush against another soft form. All right, and unfortunately, we do have to cut the session short. But I mean, that makes a pretty good cliffhanger, I think. Silver lining. Yeah. Silver lining. We've got a good cliffhanger.
Yep. Let's see how that resolves next week.
Yeah, we're
Pad's still here.
I think Pat is still here. Let's see, 25 experience for divination resolution. We've got another 25 for investigation. We got 50 for completing investigation node, and then another 50 for the hunch. We're getting a grand total of 150 experience points. Not bad for a 30-minute session, I think. Let's get the real quick. Let's go through favorite and most challenging parts. If we can, Pat, what are we looking at a time? How fast do you want me to talk? Pat, are you alive? You still around?
No one can hear him.
I think he may have forgotten to log off while he's doing whatever else he's doing, since there's background noise coming through his mic.
It's going through this mic, not mine.
Okay. Hey, Pat, real quick. Favorite and most challenging part, and then we'll let you go.
Favorite part is probably not having to use a trinket because, I'm electrifying. Most challenging, finding a way to be useful.
Fair enough. All right, man. I'll catch you later.
See you next week.
See you next week. All right. What about for everyone else? Favorite and most challenging?
Alright, most challenging, figuring out a way to save the child. Because I'll have to invest some points into investigation skills and whatnot. That's another challenging thing too, is having the lack of investigation skills for this. My favorite part was doing the skim reading on the glyphs and figuring out what the glyphs did.
Nice. Yeah, I'm with it. How about Benny? What you got? Favorite, most challenging?
Favorite was just the fact that there's kind of an ecosystem going on in the sewer, including things that probably shouldn't be happening down here. It just made it a lot more interesting than the standard RPG sewer, where it's just you're in a sewer, it's dark, it smells bad, and here's a random monster. I like that a lot. Most challenging is just kind of keeping track of some of the skills and abilities like hunches and motivations, and that's something where when I'm not in a hotel room hundreds of miles from home, I'll probably just make some sort of crib notes that I can reference for what things are.
Definitely.
I think we should add a section where we can track that on the character sheet or its own sheet. I have it in my written in my character description.
That's fair. That's a good place for it, honestly. I could probably squeeze it into the character sheet. I know there's a couple other things I got to add too. But yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of moving parts, especially since we're jumping into kind of a new game mode that you guys haven't dealt with in a while. That probably does.
To be clear, I don't mean it as a complaint or anything like that. Every system has these little nuances and complexities. It's just a matter of getting used to and tracking them.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Noel?
Favorite part is probably the cliffhanger. That was fun.
No, there's children. What are they going to survive? Are they going to make it? And here's Pandora, who is very clean, prim, and proper.
She's also probably the least likely, both because of her character and also she's the one who probably cares about other people the least.
Yeah.
Or at least children the least. Like, they're fine, but everyone else seems to be more like, oh no, the children. Well, she's like, okay, that's the person in danger, I guess.
And here she is, the first one to dive in.
Yeah.
And the most challenging?
Finding something I could do. That shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, all of the stats can work.
Between the session, I'm taking some skills.
That makes sense. Yeah, definitely take some skills.
I was gonna to before the session when we were in talking, but I hadn't decided anything by the time it was time to start.
That's why those adaptive skills are so valuable, because then you can just decide in the moment what they are.
I wanted specific ones.
I've been learning.
Also, I don't know the price, so.
I've been learning a skill. I just don't remember what it was. But yeah, so in total, that's 170 experience points to everybody, plus 1 AP for every session. I had a good time. I know this was a quick session. We had real life coming into play. But I do appreciate everybody for joining in, participating. And this sewer investigation, I think, was a really fun direction to take these characters. I look forward to next week, and for everybody following along on Twitch and on YouTube, thank you for watching us. Thank you for participating, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.